thing that I had going for me was that I was crazy. I couldn't work like a regular job. Like I had to figure out something else because like there's the idea of it was literally the idea of being in an office was like torture.
Welcome to GrowRich. On this channel, we take a look at the mindsets people use to achieve financial wealth. In today's video, we're covering Joe Rogan. Rogan began a career in stand-up in August 1988, and he's now grown to become a famous individual among multiple types of audiences. He has the most popular podcast in the world, works as a commentator for the UFC, among other ventures. As of 2020, Joe Rogan's net worth is roughly $25 million, making him one of the richest comedians in the world. These are some of the mindsets Rogan used to get where he is today. Do something fulfilling. Rogan often talks about how the 9-to-5 rat race is a big part of mental health problems in the world. Working on something you find fulfilling is also going to push you to get better results at what you do.
You make furniture for a living, and you feel a great satisfaction out of that, and you sell that furniture. Look, man, making furniture feels good. If you can do that, you could cut those corners perfectly and sand everything down nice and stain it, and then it's done, and you get the satisfaction, and you sell it to someone, and that pays your bills. That is infinitely more satisfying than being stuck in some fucking cubicle working for someone that you don't want to work for, having to have these stupid fucking office meetings, talking to people in human resources, sitting down with your supervisor where they evaluate your job performance, and you're not really, you really need to be enthusiastic about this company. This company is your future. This kind of like, you're like, fuck, kill me now. There's a lot of people out there that would way rather do something else, and I hope they understand that they can.
Embrace the ups and downs. According to Joe, every person goes through both mental and physical ups and downs. Even though the downs feel bad at the moment, they're where the growth comes in.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think life is. I don't think we're programmed to be steady and stable, because I don't think there's never a time in human history where life has been like super peaceful and easygoing. Like you have these little kind of breaks where no one's coming over the hill with a sword and a fucking gang of barbarians.
The orcs are not breeding for a little while.
So you get a little break, and that's part of what people appreciate about life is those breaks. But you have to have the chaos too, and I think it's kind of built into the system that there is always going to be this up and down. And I think it's also built into the way you interface with life. You're not always going to feel great. You're going to have weird days. But those weird days where things are shitty, one of the things it does is it really makes you appreciate the good days. You come out of those like a different person. Like you learn things. Like that's one of the things we always talk about with stand-up comedy. Like stand-up comedy, if you talk to a comic who tells you they never bombed, either they've been stealing jokes or they're a liar. There's no way. Like if you're writing material and you're taking chances and you're performing a lot and doing a lot of weird bars and different shitty little clubs, which is one of the things you have to do, you're going to have days where you suck. But those days are so motivational. Like they're some of the most important sets. I used to hate when I have a bad set. I still do. But now I know the next one will be excellent because I'll be fucking so angry and motivated and pumped up.
Yeah.
And also aware that can happen still. You have to have like a choking fucking shitty bit that just comes out of your mouth terrible, and you're like, ugh. And then it's back to the drawing board. But that's where the growth comes. Every time I've gotten better at stand-up, it's almost directly connected to bombing.
Don't be defined by your present situation. Always be defined by your future. Be aware that your current reality won't last forever, and you have the power to change your life to the positive by working on it every day.
Something where you're putting out a piece of art. You're putting out something that you've created. There's no wall as far as like how many people are going to enjoy it or how far it's going to go. It's just, it is what it is. And if people don't like it, make it better. If they like it less, fix that. Figure out a way to do it. You can do that. And this idea that there's no way to get past the starting block today is just ludicrous. It's crazy. And it's just this poor thinking. And people that are trapped in bad situations, one of the problems is you feel like this is your future. You feel like you're fucked and you can't get out of that. There's no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no rainbow. And if you feel like that, that alone can be incredibly defining and limiting. But if you can look at yourself objectively and say, okay, I kind of am fucked here. I'm in credit card debt. I'm working in a shitty job. I don't like what I'm doing, but I have some ideas. I need to feed those fucking ideas. And I need to feed them and water them, and I need to set aside a certain amount of time every day to just try to make those things happen. You can do that.
Just do it. The mind can often put some unnecessary blocks in your path on the way to your goals. Rogan says to ignore those and just do the work you deep down know will move you forward.
Who's doing something that's really tough to do, and you go, man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could force myself to be disciplined. I don't know if I could force myself to take that kind of action. Well, if you do force yourself to take that kind of action, you don't have that question anymore. That question, I don't know if I can do it. Well, you're doing it. So you obviously can do it. Can you do it tomorrow? Well, you did it today. Why can't you do it tomorrow? Just do it. I mean, that Nike slogan, just do it, it's one of the greatest slogans of all time. It's so true. It's so good. It's so much better than live your truth or any of these fucking stupid ones that you hear today that people keep spouting out left and right. Get out there and go fucking do something. Just go. And then in the middle of doing it, it'll become easy. Even if it's not easy, even if it's hard, it's easier than not doing it and wishing that you had done it.
Do things that are hard. Joe Rogan likes to do hard things to develop his mental strength. This helps him think better and be more focused on things that matter to him.
100%. And one of the things that I've found over the last few years in particular, I've done it in the past, but I did it because they were just goals that I was pursuing on the side, as well as doing stand-up and all the other things that I do in my life. But I've found that things that are completely unrelated to my career that are difficult enhance what I do. Whether it's yoga,
I like that.
yoga or running hills or archery or all these things that I
and you've managed to
pursue.
incorporate them into what you do. Yeah.
Sort of, but that's just because one of the things that I do is just talk about things that I'm interested in. But they make my focus better because they're hard and because I'm not good at them. So like when I do yoga, I'm not good at yoga. So when I do it, it's hard. It's a fucking struggle. And forcing myself to get through that 90-minute class and try 100% with every pose enhances my stamina for thinking and approaching other things.
Thank you for watching until the end. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave us a like. That would be very much appreciated, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more similar videos.